Hello, this is Ryoko Oridoku. I had this whole plan. Of cool edits, which I'm not gonna do. First time Dungeon Master experience, and maybe do's and don'ts of first time players as well. I don't know, we're gonna see in our videos, maybe something like really obvious. So my idea of the world came out around 2015. It's a very old world that I created. I had this whole vision, the whole story, very rough story actually. I had to work on a lot of like little details to make it more fun. I somehow decided, yeah, I want to run first time dungeon master like BDM and make it like super huge world that I wrote ages ago, and it's gonna be fun. So much work. A little recap so I can finally get rid of my old session VODs because I don't want them here. It takes too much space of my PC, and so maybe if that interests you to watch a full VODs. It's really messy. There's a really big improvement. Currently we're on session 53, I think. Going back to session 1 is really painful. So I will start with the first notice. I'm using Tailspire. I'd have used as a player other platforms, but I really enjoyed the Tailspire's like 3D. It's makes you like more game immersed, but I noticed that I need to ask a lot of players not to rush and split out. For example, if you want to hide some ambushes or whatever, it's really hard when they start getting too overly excited. So in your first time experience, I had to point out multiple times like, guys, please don't rush.
Guys, don't roam around too far from each other. Let's move slowly, you know? And before we move, remember our session 0, say what you're gonna do before doing it. Basically, this is how we do, you know? I go there because sometimes maybe something gonna pop out, you know? You can't just roam around super freely. Like, you know, you say like, I'm gonna open the door, fine, go open the door, you know? I'm gonna try to follow a path, you know? And like, I can be like, okay, follow it slowly, okay? So first, introduction. By the way, you guys were complaining about background noise. This time we have background music, if you can hear.
I don't think it's bad to write out introduction. I did read it a lot of times before running the first session, but I'm not really a great reader and I stutter when I'm nervous.
So right now you're in Eldermere. Eldermere is a town nestled in the human land, surrounded by lush forests, rolling hills, and fertile farmland. It's a place where the old world meets the new, with its ancient stone and wooden buildings standing alongside bustling market stalls and lively taverns. Yeah. The town is haven for travelers, traders, and adventurers, but beneath its charming exterior lies a web of secrets, mysteries, and untold dangers. Eldermere is a town where every corner holds a story, and every story could lead to adventure. So this is, guys, your beginning point.
I don't think it's wrong to writing down introduction, but I did write, I think, too much. I had like a lot of plans. Okay, what my players might do. This is plan A that they could do. This is plan B that they could do. And I tried to be ready for all the outcomes, and I kind of wrote down stuff for most of them. Later on, around, I know, session 40, I kind of stopped doing that, but I still do. I don't think it's too bad to write it down at the first. Maybe, you know, it made me more confident. I did read a lot of, I don't know, Reddit's forums or whatever you call it. That no, shouldn't do that. Like, you know, it's not a big tip. Like a lot of people recommend not doing that, but I just had to, and I still kind of do a little bit. What I enjoyed, and I think I would encourage all players to do in the first session, I really liked that my players were like encouraging themselves to have like this let's bond since the players just met the first time. My son.
I could.
I jokingly lean back and start belly laughing.
Oh my god.
So guys, what's the plan?
Guys, I'm gonna buy you some drinks and we're gonna have a nice talk. I wanna get to know you better. How does it sound?
And I really wanted what I think is a bit lacking in 3D online sessions, being descriptive. I kept like telling them, guys, don't rush. Once again, I want to describe this for you before you start moving, because Even though it's like 3D, you can imagine easier, you have visuals, it's limited. Let's say I want to make it like green, but there's no green walls.
Don't move. I'm gonna read the introduction. So, guys, you enter the tavern. The tavern is alive with the sound of laughter, clinking mugs, and the faint strum of flute in the corner. The air smells as a roasted meat and ale, and the warm glow of the fireplace casts its flickering shadows on the wooden walls. As you see, there's two behind the bar, two people behind the bar. And the black cat, so keep in mind. She lunges on the counter, watching the room with keen eyes, and they instantly notice the new visitors. And as you enter, you hear the music of the bard, you know? He knows his stuff.
What I miss, I think, right now, currently being in further sessions, I think I gotta stop with describing stuff, which I really hope I will try now to work on that and come back to it. When you have visuals, I would say the description gets a bit limited if English is still not your first language. So what I also wanted to do is like encourage my players that they can do anything.
So what you guys do?
Can I roll for perception? I want to see if anything's looking suspicious.
Roll for it?
I'm also using Tailspire. I think it took time to learn to use it. I had to also ask my players to share screenshots, how they're using it. So my personal favorite would be when they're using it a bit zoomed in as their character perspective, unless we're in a field and there's a very large fight, then they can a bit zoom out. But we really learned that as time went, how much to use space.
So we go up to the bar.
Okay.
The bar.
Where's the bar?
What's the bother?
I mean, walk. Come on, guys. Let me watch Toro's point of
Wait.
view.
Because I don't want to scroll out.
As my first time Dungeon Master, I never knew all the memes about NPCs, giving NPCs names. My players approached even the background of the background NPCs that I was not ready for, and I had to create name straight at the point. And I think I made like 3 Laras exist in the first like 4 sessions. And I was like, oh, a female that we don't know yet, Lara. And I did a lot of mistakes, especially with the characters that did have a name, have a hard time when I was describing something or trying to say what that character is saying, not to use their name. And I did slip up a few times.
The white-beard person, interacts with you guys, and he says, what are young fellows doing in a place like this? What a random group you are.
I tried making a unique character straight on the session 1. It wasn't easy to follow up. I really do look up to DMs that can keep up with the voice or accent or just the way they speak, because sometimes I just slip up and I just can't. And I can't take it seriously. It really takes a lot of time to get comfortable, so I don't recommend adding it straight on to the session 1. But I think later on it gets more fun to try to add these kind of characters.
But that won't be enough just for you 3. Arr.
Okay.
I raise one eyebrow and I ask, are you saying 10 gold isn't enough?
No, he
Or
put 2
decrease?
gold. He put 2 gold.
Oh,
For the players, really hard to move together. They split a lot. And I really try to encourage that, they have to go together somewhere. For example, very simple the quest approach, some bandits hogging some water in the well. One player stayed behind and they did each join in the middle of the fight. Really all the time was like, guys, you kind of should go together, wait for each other, don't rush, especially these moments.
Oh, lead the way. Why is he your like how is it called?
he's the most imitating one. And he seems like he's been on a lot of adventures.
Then why you're not? Oh, Taurus is not moving. Don't leave Taurus behind, guys. Hello, slow down.
Well, I'm good. I'm just there in the shadows.
I also try to encourage them to talk. Like they always try to be like, I want to do this, and I always try to be like, okay, guys, so how would you do this?
I try to talk to him.
Try to talk. Try to talk. What do you want to say? Like, say what you want to say.
I don't know. I don't know. He could have pushed me away the moment I approach him.
No,
do I
no.
know?
You can talk with them.
Because 1 silver is like really bad for poorer people. Just put yourself in those shoes.
He scoffs.
you have
Oh,
one
okay.
then?
Wait. You know what? Roll. I'm gonna tell you to roll first. Yeah, roll. Roll.
Persuasion?
Yeah, roll persuasion.
Oh.
Okay. So he does cough, and he's like, "For you, 2 silver. Complain more, and we're gonna ask for gold. Be lucky we're not beating you up in spot." And the other, also laughs besides him.
Let me do this.
I don't walk away. I just go next to the guy that just tried to intimidate me.
I look the guy dead in the eye. It's
No,
free
you don't.
for us. Oh wait. Wait.
Okay.
I look.
I also had a really big mistake at the first sessions. I didn't really know back then what I was thinking. I think we reached a year since we were doing Tale of Elpis. That's my actions from a year ago. My player had a sleight of hand, rolled at 20, and I kind of still punished him for that. First off, huge mistake as a first time DM. I was like thinking something like, okay, that other one was like having eyes on her. Other maybe NPC should have rolled something if he's like sticking his eyes on it. Against Nat 20, I don't think he could have seen it. And I feel bad to this day. And I think it wasn't even the first time it happened.
As these guys are talking, I try to pickpocket him. I have sleight of hand +5.
Okay, roll.
Come on.
Oh!
What the?
So you manage. Listen, you manage to reach for it in his pocket. He doesn't feel it. You hold your pouch, that has like gold. Or coins. You just feel the coins, but the other instantly notices, and the combat starts.
Even with a net 20?
Yeah, you stole it from him. He didn't notice, but the other dude was watching you guys the entire time.
20? I can be sure that Macchiato didn't see, right?
And my players fought for like 1 hour against 2 bandits.
Okay, so the white bearded man's response are, "Thank you for helping us out. You're like such a capable bunch. Get comfortable. Take a free table. We will bring the foods, and there's free beds at the right side of this bar. And if you need to go to bathroom, it's upstairs." He scoffs at you, the white bearded man, and he points with his thumb at the window behind him, and he's like, I saw everything."
There were moments where I was a bit pissed. The players were having a bit too much fun, I would say, out of character. I tried to encourage a lot of in character. I know it is hard for first time players on the first session, asking a lot. I tried to shrug it off, but sometimes I would get annoyed, especially since I was very comfortable around them, as they were my close friends, my boyfriend, and like literally one of them is my friend from childhood, another is a boyfriend. So like I was comfortable around them, they were too comfortable around me, and I think that sometimes it brings out too much jokes on the table. I know it's on a lot of tables online, but like to the table.
Agreed
Shall
to
I talk to
take
the guard?
stuff with the 2 gold. But yeah, you do, you guys. Yeah, talk. The white-haired man, bearded man is like, "Arr, that's me. Is there something that pleases you, young man?"
We were just talking to the bard and their group, and they were telling us some stuff about you, and I just want to say that I'm kind of sorry how it came up on the first foot, and Yeah, I kind of feel bad for mistreating you, and I'm sure Macchiato does too, but he's not really a man of words. I don't know him for long yet.
The white bear man is like, who's Macchiato? Which one of your fellas out there? We haven't greeted each other.
I
He
point
laughs.
back to him, and I'm like, the big guy over there is Macchiato, and I'm George.
Don't you even need a table? Just jamming
I
you.
walk over to Macchiato, and I tell him, let's just look for a table. This guy is gonna dance there for a while still.
I do agree with that. Just to pick a fine table, I'll join you. After you use the restroom.
Oh, you need to use the restroom.
Yes.
That's where the restroom is.
I really like that my players started exploring the board that I built. I used a lot of slabs from other players around, like the houses they were roaming around later. The tavern itself, it was built by me, and that was a bit chaotic.
And like, there's a girl in the back that says, I have nothing to do with them, you know. I'm like, I just like, I got trapped in here. I'm, how is it called? I forgot the word.
Hostage.
I'm the hostage, yeah. Thank you. Hmm?
Okay. So I walk in, right?
Hmm.
There was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, let me just Eldritch Blast this dude as well.
Okay.
It's the greatest spell in the universe.
Okay.
18
You hit.
rolling damage. Have to
Spamming
reload.
the spell like crazy. Rebellion, rebellion.
Yeah, for real.
Eldritch.
It's like rebellion for real. Whenever you go, we just
Come
like,
on.
Looking back, I did fix that around, I don't know, quite a few sessions. I will bring it back probably in the next WOD as well. I had some AI generated rated characters, which was sometimes hard to spot. Later on, I learned how to differentiate them. So know the proudest of some NPCs.
Very shit.
Okay, wait, I will talk to Jack because he and I, you know, we're good
Yeah.
friends now. Jack,
A battle.
is it? So this is the girl we found upstairs. Familiar or anything?
Jack looks at her and he says, yeah, she came up with the other guys there upstairs.
They did, people.
But
Like
she
the
says,
robots?
you know, that she was like right behind them. That's why, you know, it looked like she was going together since she was going to bathroom, you know, and she was turning towards bathroom, but they were going, you know, straight for the storage room.
What I didn't like is that not all players went up. Once again, they split, which I still tried my best to get back to him and be like, include him in still the play, like what you doing while they're doing that. But that's like really a lot and it happens a bit too often sometimes. First sessions, it's not wrong to be like, okay, guys, maybe stick together, because it's a bit habit that you have to mold into players. That yes, they can split sometimes, but majority of time you're like one. You have to make decisions together, which we had a problem with sometimes. They would want to take different decisions and then act upon them, and it kind of contradict.
I yell from the hallway, Macchiato, is everything alright in there? No more thieves?
I'm looking for the bathroom.
Couple hours, but
Like, it's made of
Oh, here's the bathroom.
wooden seat with a bucket underneath and like a bucket of water on the side to wash hands and a towel.
So I use the bathroom. So
Okay.
I just use it.
Silas, what you
They're
doing
actually
downstairs?
healing daggers. How
I'm
how
fucking with
how
Jack.
am I only attacking with one every time? Let's go downstairs and meet up with the
So,
others.
Tori,
Maybe
what
we
you
should
speaking
also
with
have a
Jack?
talk
What you
to Jack.
saying?
Can Layla stay with us, or do we need to pay for the extra person?
We found. I guess we found someone in your office.
Okay, so we're going with that. He's
That's all
like,
I'm
he
saying.
seems
Sorry for
surprised.
your thoughts.
In my office? Are what you guys are doing in my office?
Uh, like I said, I was just following Mokiato.
I was looking for toilet.
So what they did at the first session, they roamed around the tavern, spoke with quite some people, fought looters upstairs, and found someone in Jack's office looting as well, and they fought him, saved a girl that was with the looters. So that's my first session review, kind of recap. I don't know. It's not easy looking back, but it is something that happened, some mistakes we did. My player classes changed later on. We bought some books to to change up to something they like more. There are quite some changes that shouldn't be happening in the first quite some sessions in the first, let's say, to 10 sessions. But later on we settled a lot of homebrew stuff, a lot of fun. Bye. See you in the next one. If you did get interested in these little thingies, I don't know, just not really do's and don'ts you should do VOD, but it's rather like let's recap these mistakes and point them out. I don't know. Bye.